Ladies and gentlemen, Violent Games here. Today I wanted to come to you for suggestions because, as you guys may know, YouTube's not my primary source of income. I wish it was because I don't make a lot of money. But anyhow, complaints aside, real life complaints aside, I'm kind of lost right now. I don't really have any video projects that I'm working on right now that I honestly care about. And YouTube's always been a passion project for me specifically. I don't want to try to sell you a product that I don't believe in. That's why I don't drag series out even if it would benefit me to. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of looking for suggestions because a lot of the things that I was interested in covering this year kind of didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. Like, for example, Lawbreakers, I was super hyped for Lawbreakers, but then I go and see how the community reacts to the game. There's, like, no concurrent players on the game at all. Like, literally, it just wouldn't make sense for me to buy the game, which is a shame because the game sold for 20 bucks at one point, which is an amazing value. The game looks good, the mechanics look good, but for whatever reason, people aren't playing the game. Maybe it's because of Overwatch, maybe it's because, Paladins and Overwatch, and then there's some Paragon game. Maybe the market's just that oversaturated. But the thing is, the game didn't really look like any of those games to begin with. It kind of looked more like a Quake-esque game. Like, I never played Quake, but I've seen people play Quake, and that's kind of the vibe I got from it, kind of like a modern Quake. But I digress. The point is, like, a lot of the games that I was looking forward to covering, just aren't worth it. Like, another example, Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2, I was interested in the game, and fundamentally, the game's way better than the original. However, the pay-to-win loot box progression system just offends me, and I refuse to make content for that game on that reason alone. Now, it's nice that they're giving you the DLC for free, and the game's ultimately not that horrible, so I'm not, gonna throw shade on you if you want the game because you're a Star Wars nerd. Look, it's fine. We can all be nerds here. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with me. And then there was, Shadow of War. I was really interested in the RPG mechanics of that. I really enjoyed the first one, but I'm looking at the game, and it kind of looks like the exact same thing with just more. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what I was expecting. But the problem with that game is the game's not even 60 bucks. If you want all of the content for Shadow of War, you have to pay like $100 for the gold edition or the silver edition, I think. And I refuse to do that because on top of that, the game also incentivizes you to purchase loot boxes. And it's a single player game. What are the loot boxes doing in there? And by the way, if you're interested in either of these topics, literally just type them into your search browser on Google. I refuse to make content that is just like everyone's talking about it at this point because it's not going to help my channel grow. And most of you are probably going to those content creators anyhow to get this type of information. So if you're interested in those topics, look them up yourself. I think the whole loot box system right now is just terrible. Like, the way Overwatch does it is fine. The way Overwatch does it, it's all cosmetics, but you're talking about game-changing advantages in these loot boxes, and I hate that. Why do we have to pay for cheat codes? That's what you're doing. You're paying for a cheat code in Shadow of War. Why would you do this? Why can't we just have cheat codes like the good old days where you could just, mess with your games that you paid your hard-earned money for? Can't speak. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss when it comes to that. So if there are new games that I haven't heard of that you guys are maybe interested in, just give me a suggestion and I'll look it up. Now, some things I was thinking about working on. First off, I was thinking about doing a little Dishonored video where I kind of talk about which protagonist is the most powerful, where I kind of go into some of the lore, some of the actual powers in-game, and kind of give you my opinion on which main protagonist of the Dishonored series is the most powerful and why, or who would win in a 1v1 fight, more specifically. Like, if you were to put Corvo against Billy Lurk, who would win, a video kind of like that. And the other thing I was thinking about doing was getting more involved with Twitch. I enjoy playing games, and if you guys wanted to see me tear through one of the Dishonored games on the hardest difficulty setting, just rushing in there and being ridiculous, I could probably, do something like that, or maybe even make it an interactive stream where if you own a PlayStation and if I see you in the chat, I could invite you into a chat party and we can just talk about, you know, games and stuff like that. You know, really, because my audience is that small, I think I can actually, you know, pull that off and it not be a complete disaster. And if I get a troll, I can just boot them immediately or mute the stream for a few seconds and then boot them. You know, I'm not super worried about that. So I don't know. I was thinking about doing something like that just to get more involved with my community and kind of get their opinion on what I should be doing with my channel. If you do leave suggestions, keep in mind that if you know, present yourself in like an unprofessional manner that is just insulting and demeaning, I'm probably not going to take you seriously, but I will consider all comments if you are willing to post something, because if you're taking time out of your day to, you know, address my channel and you want my channel to improve, I think that's a huge compliment. So again, I know a very small minority of you guys are probably even going to watch this video. The majority of my subscribers, they subscribe for a series. Like, I'm going to be real with you guys. My real core audience is actually very small. And since I'm not doing YouTube for money, fuck them. Like, if they came here for a series, they're going to be disappointed. But the few of you guys who actually come here for my channel, for me specifically, that's the audience I want to cater to. Because you guys are going to be around much longer than they are. You know, those guys are probably going to fall off at some point, or they're going to be dead subs. They're just never going to watch any of my content because I'm not giving them what they want. You know, that's their choice. I don't hold them against that. But I don't know. I feel like the idea of subscribing to a YouTuber just for one series alone is just kind of goofy, but that's just me. So give me your suggestions. Let me know if any of the ideas I threw out there are worth it. You know, another thing I could do is I can continue Night in the Woods. You know, I've been saying I might continue that game for a while, exclusively on the basis that I just want to play it. So there's that. You know, if all else fails and people stop watching my channel, I might as well do that anyways, just because it's a game I want to, you know, finish, because I think it's a Game of the Year contender for me. I don't know if it is Game of the Year. I haven't beaten it yet. But yeah, these are all my ideas. So I got a Dishonored, which protagonist would be best in a 1v1 fight versus another. Again, an example like Dowd versus Emily, things like that. You know, taking, again, into lore consideration. And, you know, I already explained it. Look. I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole. But then the other thing I was thinking about, again, getting involved in Twitch and making it interactive, talking with you guys directly if that's what you wanted. Because, I don't know, I feel like some people would be very interested in having a private audience with me. And I have no problem talking to you regardless of your age, so I know most of you are 12, it's okay. I won't discriminate. But, yeah, just, I don't know. Let me know what you guys want. If there's anything you want me to cover that I haven't heard of, you know, type it into the search bar, tell me what it is, and if I read that premise and think that that's an interesting game, then I'll do some research on it. Anyways, guys, this is Violent Games signing off. I'm going to try to, you know, make some content regardless of what you guys, you know, tell me and what have you, just because I want to stay involved with YouTube. I think the fact that I have anyone watching this channel is just freaking awesome, and your interaction is really the one thing that I'm craving at this point. Thanks for watching.